I know that you guys want more videos like this, as well as the thumbs up button. That way that the YouTube algorithm shows the video to more people and more people can see it. And that way we can help more people and support the channel and help me grow. So I'm gonna break this down into the different seasons and just kind of go from there. Now this is gonna be beneficial for you if you're just visiting or if you're looking to move here. Either way, this information is gonna be helpful for you. So we'll start off with the bad, because this is what most people know Las Vegas for. It's in the desert, it is hot. So we're gonna start off with the hot months, which would be the summer. So your May, June, July, August, September. So May is when it starts to be about in the 90s pretty consistently. In June, it starts to get into the hundreds. And then once it's July, August, and September, it pretty much stays in the hundreds, and then it's 90s at night. So it pretty much stays hot for the whole day. Now this isn't as bad as it sounds because it is a dry heat. So it is something you have to get used to. I did have a friend come visit me from Florida. We went to the Hoover Dam and he just about passed out, because the thing with the dry heat is you don't necessarily notice it right away. So it's important that you stay hydrated. It's important that you stay fueled, have food, all that. Because 1 minute you're fine and the next minute you're just immediately having a heat stroke. So you have to be really careful if you're not used to the dry heat. Now, with that said, again, being from Florida, I prefer the dry heat over the wet, sticky humidity that you get in Florida, because it barely ever rains here. So if you're looking to visit or you're looking to move here, just be aware May, June, July, August, and September are gonna be your hot months, with July, August, and September being the hottest. So now we're gonna get into kind of transitioning into the winter months, which it's not fully winter in October, but we're gonna start in October. So October is when it starts to cool down. Typically I found in October, the highs were in like the 90s and 80s. So it was like pretty good weather. Once you got into November, the highs were usually down in about the 80s and the 70s. And then December was like 70s, 60s, and 50s. So that was actually really, really nice. I don't mind those months at all. I think that those are some of the best months that we have here as far as the weather goes, for being comfortable just all day long. So if you're looking to come here for the holidays or anything like that, your weather is gonna be really good during that time. Now we're gonna get into more of the winter months, which you can kind of throw December in there, but more so January and February. And I know I'm only including 2, I get it, but that's when it really gets the coldest here in Las Vegas. So it gets down into sometimes in the 20s, the 30s, 40s, and 50s, but that's about as warm as it gets during those 3 months. So you're gonna be in the 30s, 40s, and 50s for those months. And sometimes people ask me if it snows here. Yes, it can, but it's not typical for it to. Now this last year, it did snow, and it actually did stick to the ground. So it did snow, I think it was about 4 days that it snowed, and it was the first time that I had experienced snow. I didn't even honestly know that it could snow here. So that caught me by surprise. But the good thing is, you know, with it not snowing, even though you have the hot months, you still can get around. You're not like trapped in the house during any snow days or roads closed because of, you know, conditions. We don't really have any of that here. So some people do complain about the hot months and all this and that, but you know, you take the good with the bad. There's some states that you can live in, you know, where it doesn't get so hot, but it does snow, and then, you know, you're trapped inside the house a lot because you can't really leave. So you decide what is really the best for you, but just the fact that you're able to move around year round and get around and not be trapped, and you know, you don't have to worry about those things, I think that's a huge plus as far as living here goes. And then with that, let's get into February, March, and April. There's the only 3 that we really didn't cover. Now it's currently April here now, and let's see, today, okay, so today, again, it's in April, and today's about 71, and I mean, the high for this week, not this Saturday, but next Saturday is 89. So now is when it starts to be about 70s during the day, 60s at night, and it'll kind of stay that way up until the end of the month here. Once we get into May is when we start really creeping into the 90s. So I hope this video kind of clarified a little bit on the different seasons that we have here, the different weather, kind of what you can expect in the certain months that you're going to be visiting. Now, I will say, if you're moving here just be aware, again, the summer is hot. So if you're moving a lot of furniture in and out, just be aware, it's gonna be brutal moving in. It's gonna be exhausting, and you're probably gonna wanna do absolutely nothing after you do that. Moving is already pretty hectic, but when you have to do it in 120-degree weather, it's not fun. I moved here currently in July, and luckily I didn't really move here with anything. I just drove here from Vegas with my car and a couple boxes, so I didn't have to worry about too much. But if you are gonna move here in that month, just be aware it is super, super hot, and just stay hydrated. That's the best that I can tell you to do. So if you guys like this video, leave the thumbs up down below. If you have any more questions about Vegas, anything about the area, I'm gonna do another video about the best places to rent. But if you have any other concerns or questions about living here or just visiting, drop them down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.